Good afternoon and welcome to Rancocas Valley Football. Today, coming to you from Parham Field here in Camden, New Jersey, as Camden Eastside takes on the visiting Rancocas Valley Red Devils. Both teams come in at 2 up and 2 down. And Sam, you know a little bit about this Camden Eastside club. You coached here previously. You know the coach. You know the coach's brother, who was the head coach and had a very fine team back in the day. And of course,
yeah, we had a great team. Let me tell you, I've been coaching at the time I was with Camden for over 2 decades, and I can unequivocally say the best time I had was those few years I was here in Camden. The student athletes were just all in. I mean, you sit there and you show that you have their best interest at heart, and they were the most wonderful kids to coach. It was just hard-nosed players, and it really made me enjoy coaching.
They come in at 2-0. They beat Triton and Willingboro to get here. Malik Brown is 15-19 in his 4th season. Rancocas Valley, the winner last year when these two clubs got together, 42-6. Some of the players to keep an eye on for Eastside: Elijah Stachel, North Carolina State commit. He is the heart and soul of the defense. Quarterback Naheem Dale is a junior, and he was at Camden for the last 2 years, and we'll get back to completing our setup right after this.
Highway Tire and Auto Service stocks a wide selection of tires for your vehicle. Their passenger tire inventory includes favorite brands like Goodyear, Kelly, and Dunlop. But there's more. Highway Tire and Auto Service, family-owned and operated for over 60 years, also offers specials on oil changes, alignment, and brake service. Highway Tire and Auto Service, 1661 Route 38 in Mount Holly. Phone them at 609-267-5300 or visit them online at highwaytires.com. Rancocas Valley Football is presented in part by APS Supply Company in Beverly. Call them at 609-877-7900 and let them know what you need. By Quality Concrete in Cinnaminson, where your residential concrete needs are their top priority. Phone 856-829-6000. And by Vimco, a manufacturer and distributor of quality construction supplies and accessories. Phone 610-768-0500.
All right, finishing it up with Camden Eastside. Raheem Blackwell's a sophomore with tremendous upside. Had 2 pick sixes against Triton. Unfortunately, one was called back, but he is a real playmaker. A.D. Willie Hickson Jr. describes him as a Percy Harvin type. That's not too bad. Also, Preston Brown Jr. is a freshman wide receiver. He's the coach's nephew, Preston Brown's son. And Preston Brown Sr. is currently the offensive coordinator of Camden Eastside.
Yeah, head coach Malik Brown and brother Preston Brown and the whole staff, actually. These guys are getting it back to where they wanted to be. They were champions as players. They were champions as coaches not too long ago, and they're just trying to get the program back where it is. Let me tell you one thing I observed before you finish, Tony. RV is a team that's well-disciplined and is not going to make those silly mistakes. They're down their 1 star, but I want you to watch this game. Eastside is going to bring it. They're going to pressure the quarterback. They're going to try and disrupt every play you have, and if you dance around a little bit, you're gonna have some helmet. RV does have speed, and they do have a very strong line on both sides of the ball, so it's going to be a dynamic game.
As far as RV is concerned, they're also 2-0, coming off the 20-8 win over Pleasantville. Coach Luke is not really pleased with the way they executed in that game. And, of course, as Sam mentioned, they lost their starting quarterback, Savion Adams, to a sprained knee. He's week to week, and it'll be Harrison taking over for him at quarterback, Malcolm Harrison, who was the JV quarterback last year.
Missing.
Back to receive it, Dymere Hill, along with Davion Dixon. Kick is deep, taken just inside the 5-yard line, starting off to his right. Now breaks a tackle, breaks free along the right sideline, cuts back to his left. He's across the 45 to the 47-yard line.
So if you noticed, RV kicked off on the hash mark, and the concept is you squeeze the field down and you only have to defend 2/3 of the field. Obviously, the one thing that can defeat that would be a return back to the wide side of the field. So
there is a hold.
Flag.
Yeah.
As you see here, it brings it up. I'm sorry, Tony. I'm watching the replay here. It brings it up. He breaks the first line. So these guys are all bunched together. You want to like build a fence, like a white picket fence where you have spaces in between. That's where each player should be. They're all bunched up too much. If you break one through that first line, all you have is your safeties back there to stop it. So that's got to improve on their coverage.
So they move it back inside the 30-yard line. First down for the Tigers. Davian Dixon splitting out to the right side. Quarterback is Dale. With the snap, sets, good protection, then he's belted and hit down for a loss. Had time, but just held the ball a little too long.
He certainly had a couple seconds there, and it wasn't poor protection. They want to hold up a little longer, but you'll see right here, our right defensive end comes around and beats the tackle. See, it's not bad protection right there. He just doesn't hold up long enough, and he should have absolutely delivered that ball about a second earlier.
Beasley is a beast on defense.
Yeah, he has 15 tackles this season, 1 forced fumble and 2 fumble recoveries. So he's just disrupting all over the place.
And 4 for loss.
That's right.
Second down. They give off the left side, nowhere to run at all. RV filled the gap and threw him for another loss.
So what Eastside likes to do is run a power, and they'll pull different people for the kick-out block. Sometimes the quarterback will keep it. They run power, power, power. And what they do well is it may or may not be successful in the beginning, but they're going to stick with it until they find that weak spot that the line can take advantage of, and then they're going to be able to get some yards. Other than that, they're going to throw it downfield. They're going to hit the seams and hit a fade.
They need the 41 to pick up this first down. Empty backfield for the Tigers. Dale looking. Throws to the left side, intended for Dimere Hill, but the closest man to it was Rancocas Valley defender.
Not super pressure, but just enough pressure to get him out of the pocket. Get him from being comfortable. Now he has his eyes downfield. Does a good job of firing that ball out there. He just everything's got to be a tick faster.
Gavin Rouse will kick. Harrison to receive it. Harrison also will be the starting quarterback here today in place of Savion Adams. Rouse stands inside his 5-yard line, so the Red Devils should get excellent field position. A low snap just does give it away. Ball is bouncing down in Eastside territory at the 42-yard line, and I think, Sam, you thought there might have been an infraction there running into the kicker.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been the first down, but they absolutely made contact with the kicker, and that comes all down to technique on blocking a punt. We'll just mention it real quickly because I love to talk about that. 2 feet in front of the punter, 2 feet up where his foot is. You can dive, and you'll never hit the punter, so they have to work on that technique.
Malcolm Harrison is the quarterback. A junior, 170-pounder in place of the all-everything Savion Adams with a sprained knee. But according to Coach Lucas, they're not going to change their offense. He can do it all. He knows the offense and can run the offense.
So although game within a game is just can RV withstand the pressure. They're always going to send 4, sometimes send 5. If they break the first line, they have enough speed to take it to the house.
Bellamy gets the initial carry inside the 40 to the 38-yard line.
And we've seen in previous games, he does a really good job of, running between the tackles. Doesn't dance. Just gets the yards out of there.
averages 5.36 yards per carry, but of course at any time, and you know it better than anyone, being he's a track star, he can take it to the house. Carter in motion. The toss to Carter. Cuts inside. Still going. It's going to be beat a couple of yards short of the first down. They're going to mark it just outside the 35-yard line at the 36-yard line. That's going to make it 3rd and a long 3 for the Red Devils.
I mean, it doesn't seem like much, but I would count that as a success for RV because we'll tell you about Eastside's defense. I mean, the best word I came up with when trying to describe them is they hunt. All right, from sideline to sideline. They're going to get there and they're going to make a play. So you're better off trying to hit them upfield. Side to side, it's going to be a tough road.
At the 36-yard line, 3rd and a long 3, 4, closer to 4. Here's Bellamy off the left side. Appears to have the first down on forward motion. They're going to mark him right at the 31-yard line, and he does have that first down.
Yeah, that's where you're going to get your needed yardage for straight ahead. Side to side is going to be tough. Because they are definitely playing. Eastside definitely wants to play on RV side of the line of scrimmage.
So they pick up the first down. Going to mark it at the 31-yard line of Eastside. McQueen splits far out to the left side. Carter in the slot to the left, and Eastside jumps. It's going to cost him 5 yards.
And there is the game that we're talking about. How many unforced penalties are either team going to have? I mean, there are some judgment calls by officials and things you can talk about, but offsides and false starts are things that you can control. And Eastside's going to have to do a good job, just like RV is.
At the 26-yard line now, it's first down and 5 for the Red Devils. Harrison, here's Bellamy, says I don't find anything over there on the left side, and he cuts back to his right, but I think this one's coming back on a hold.
Well, since you brought up cutback, I mean, that's the thing I'm, in general, running the ball, but especially against a team with the speed like Eastside, Bellamy does not have to cut it back. He has the speed to take it to the outside, and someone needs to remind him to use that.
But the call is holding against the Red Devils. It's going to move the ball back outside, just inside, pardon me, the 35-yard line. They're going to put it down at the 34. First down and 14. 7:40 left in this opening quarter. No score.
No passes.
Harrison, quick pitch to the left side. That one's knocked down to the line of scrimmage. Knocking it down was Kareem Hamilton Jr. for the Tigers.
Tell you what, they're well known for having the defensive ends come upfield. So what you're not going to do is a swing pass, flat, or anything like that. What you can do is come up underneath them with powers or have a quarterback draw. Utilize the fact that they get upfield because they're coming. Their whole job is just to disrupt.
And Hamilton has to be about 6'3" from that defensive end position, whereas Harrison about 5'11", so there's a big difference there with the ability to swat that ball down. Bellamy with the toss left side. He's going to be thrown for a loss outside the 41-yard line. Coming up to knock him down was Jair Davis.
Again, it's rinse and repeat. You're going to have to call your plays that are vertical. Sideways to sideways doesn't get it. Watch them. Everybody's in their stance. They're sprinting. They're getting ready to come up, and they're just going to bring it. That's good scouting right there. They knew what was coming.
That brings up a 3rd and 20. Ball is marked at the 40-yard line. They need the 21, so just inside 20 yards for the first down. McQueen to the right side, Carter to the left. The give to Bellamy, but he's wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. They've done a great job of really shutting down the passing game, and that was Elijah Stachel on the stop.
Yeah, he's one that you mentioned earlier, Tony. He's a North Carolina State commit already, so you know he has some talent.
Back to receive the punt, Dymere Hill.
Good area for a fake.
Hollander will kick it away from his 41-yard line. Hill waits for it at his 5.
Down to 5 seconds.
Long count. The ball is snapped in front of Hollander. He moves back to retain it at the 36-yard line, but a huge break for the Tigers as they'll have the football at the 37-yard line of Rancocas Valley.
That's definitely a mistake they cannot afford to make. It's just a low snap by the long snapper, and took an awkward bounce. Punter wasn't able to pick it up. At least he did the smart thing, cover it up, not try to pick it up and punt it and make it worse. So now defense needs to stand up, and Eastside needs to get into the end zone right here. They want to make sure they can take control of this game.
5:45 remaining in this opening quarter. We have no score. Let's see if the Tigers can make it count, getting that turnover. Dale, the quarterback. The give inside, and a loss on the carry for Raheem Blackwell. They have really stuffed up the running lane, especially between the tackles.
Yeah, I mean, all year, RV's been tough on the run. I mean, some people have broken a couple big plays here and there, but generally, they make it tough on teams to run. And by Eastside's coach's own admission, their offensive line is one part that they need to work on the most. So they're trying. They got the power that has worked in the previous games, and they're going to stick with it. But they also know that they're going to try and hit it down the seams at some point. It's coming.
Maybe a half-yard gain on the carry by Blackwell. Second down, we'll call it 9. Dale looking to throw, fires to the left sideline. This one's complete and rolled out of bounds, just 2 yards short of the first down. That one completed to Preston Brown Jr., that freshman wide receiver we're talking about. And, of course, I think he kind of knows how to play the game.
He might know a little bit about it because he has an all-world father who played receiver at what was called Wilson at the time.
Under center now, Dale. And RV jumps. Turnabout is fair play.
False starts and encroachment. We just talked about it. That's going to be the difference. You started with a bad snap on the punt. Now you jump off sides right here and give them the first down. It's not just the 5 yards. That was 3rd and 3. They just had a play where they were tackling in the backfield. Now you give them the first down.
Placed down at the 25-yard line. 4:25 remaining. Opening quarter, no score, but the Tigers on a march, getting that big break. They're going with an empty backfield here, rolling right, looking to throw. Does he have time to throw? Overthrown the intended receiver.
Definitely tried to get the quarterback out of the pocket there. It was so smart. It was a sprint. It was the all pass. It wasn't a run pass option. But RV's doing a good job of just pressuring the quarterback every single play. Doesn't give him a second. There's a holding right there. Doesn't give him a second to to make the play.
Dymere Hill, the intended receiver. So that brings up 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. Coming in 2 up and none down, winning their first 2 games, as has Rancocas Valley. Dale throws quickly to the left side. This one is complete.
Tell you what, do one thing and be the best, right, Tony? Preston Brown Jr. is doing his little 5-yard outs. He's like, this is what I can do. Throw me the ball.
Brown again with the reception, and he seems to have a nice arm there. When he gets it out, has something on the football, and you have to do that when you're throwing out there to the flag.
You got to put some heat on it. And even the pass that was incomplete was really good.
Come out in a trips to the right formation on the 3rd down and 7. At the 22-yard line. Again, Dale being rushed. He's going to be grabbed and thrown down. It was as if he saw him coming, but he couldn't do anything about it. And again, that Michael Beasley dude is having a fantastic season.
Well, this is how you just get your second sack of the first quarter of a game. Nice rip move. He comes through, tackles him high, brings him down, wraps him up. That's a great job.
It's almost as if Dale was frozen. I mean, here he comes, and he's approaching. He couldn't step up to avoid that rush.
No, I mean, there was a penalty on that one, but you have a 6'3", 200-pound guy coming at you. It's sometimes a reason to freeze.
And by the way, just a sophomore. So it's now 4th down. They're going to be going for it here. 4th down, and we'll call it 19.
They're gonna. I'm thinking they're gonna put it in, try and put it in the zone. I don't know that they're gonna just go for the first. So Harvey needs to be smart here.
Dale with the snap, steps up in the pocket. This time he's going to break out of the pocket, cut down along the left sideline, but still far short of that 1st down.
All right, defender still down. Oh, okay.
That was C.J. Gunter who cut him down far short of the 1st down. So Rancocas Valley, despite that miscue, able to turn him aside, and they now have the ball back.
Let's put a bookmark on that. RV had a big mistake. Eastside did not capitalize when they need to. Now let's see what RV can do after having that great defensive stand right there. Flushing the quarterback out, not giving him a second to think, because if you do, he'll fire it downfield on you, so they got to keep that up.
3:36 left in the 1st, no score. Malcolm Harrison stepping in for Savion Adams. Bellamy fumbles the football. Looks like he got it back. It just popped up right back into his hands. That's something could have been even more disastrous, Sam.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at his arms. I'm wondering if the near side arm, the one closest to the quarterback, is up, meaning his right arm, and his left arm should be down. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's up. It was right. All right, his hands were away from his body. If you look at the picture, you teach running backs that your hands are touching your chest and your stomach. That way the quarterback can put it in, you can clamp down and go. So you have to work on that.
No gain, 2nd and 10. And a marker. Might have been some illegal motion there on the part of RV. Let's see what they call it.
Flags are coming in bunches. Oh.
RV is moving backward, so likelihood is that...
He pointed.
No, it's not.
Yeah, he pointed the other way.
See if we can get the indication.
Yeah, that's been encouragement or all fouls on the defense.
So off that near fumble by Bellamy, they get a break. 2nd down now and 5 for the Red Devils.
Here they come.
Harrison motioning.
Here they come.
A receiver now again. Bellamy gets the call. Bellamy
No, that's
squirts forward. It looks like he has the 1st down, and he does.
That's J.J. Stewart. You can just tell he has a different running style. He's lower to the ground. He's more of a churner. You can see the legs pumping. He's a good changeup.
Bellamy back in the bowl game now.
Yeah, this is what they need to do. I told you, side to side is not going to get it. You need to run straight ahead and let these athletes be out of position to make a play on you.
They have it at the 36-yard line.
They're going to need to get Doppler involved in this game. Those linebackers run up to the line. You can pop it right over their head. You have 1st down, maybe more.
Throw over the middle. This one's incomplete. Led him just a little bit too much. Intended for Mickey McQueen at the 45.
Well, they went to the same area. It was a slant. It's all about timing. I've seen him. Well, I've seen Savion Adams throw that. I haven't seen him throw that. Telling stories there, but it's all about timing.
2nd and 10. From the 36. This time Harrison off play action, going to keep it himself. Picks up maybe 2, but again, reacting well to it was Camden Eastside.
Yeah, it's Elijah again. NC State, you got a player coming. So you know how hard it is to have motion go away from you. All right, you're a left defensive end. The offense goes to the defense's right. You want to run over there and make a play. The discipline it takes to stay home and make that tackle says a lot about these players, these coaches, and what they're trying to build here.
It's called doing your job, right?
Oh, it's
You can't
crazy,
be
it's crazy
worried.
talk.
You
Crazy
can't
talk.
be worried about what everybody else does. Your job is to stay home. 3rd down and 9. And a marker. I don't think this one's against Eastside. This one, I believe, is going to be illegal motion or illegal false start against the Red Devils. They are moving back, but they were moving back last time, and it was against Eastside. This time, it is marked off against the Red Devils, making 3rd down, and we'll call it a long 14. They need the 47 to pick this up. 46, actually.
Yeah, it's been a rash of penalties. Let's see if they can straighten themselves out. They're going to have to put up in the air now.
And again, illegal motion, I believe.
Well,
That was strange looking. It looks like the person who committed the offensive motion or false start fell down as he.
Yeah, we were in motion. The right tackle, I think, or tight end, whoever was over there, jumped at the same time. So you had 2 people moving and all kind of chaos.
So they're shooting themselves in the foot right here after that defensive stand to give them the ball back. Now it's 3rd down from the 28. They need the 41.
Again.
The give off the right side, was that Stewart on the carry? Yes, it was.
It was, but they had. Now, the running back, can't flinch if no one else moves, but they had a guy in motion and he flinched. That should. Oh, there's a flag. Okay, I was going to say that should be a flag.
Well, I would think they decline it because wouldn't that bring up 4th down?
I would decline it. I would decline it. There you go.
So Rancocas Valley will punt the football. They put the clock back in motion. That's likely the last play of this first quarter with only 20 seconds remaining. Back to receive it is
Now the punt team comes out. Okay.
Dymere Hill. Hollander to boot it. Gets the kick away. Here's Hill at the 40. Hill across the 45 and then gang tackled and they blow the whistle. Forward motion at the 45-yard line. So good field position to get Sam.
Much better coverage. And he caught the ball. Good football play. I was going to say I'm happy, but I see a flag on the ground. Cancel that.
Here comes the indication.
Make him kick it again.
Holding. The call against the Tigers. So they had great field position at the 45-yard line to see where the infraction occurred because they're going to mark it off from that point.
So right now, Rancocas Valley needs to know power, seam, fade. You defend those 4, you make Eastside do something different.
Just over 8 seconds left in this first quarter of play. Eastside will have it at their own 34-yard line. With the nose of the football actually touching the 35. Dale continues at quarterback with the double slot on an empty backfield. Looking upfield, bails the pocket. He's going to be grabbed and thrown down back at the 30-yard line. Just could not find the opening that he needed to be able to launch that football downfield. That's the end of the first quarter of play. Eastside and Rancocas Valley, there is no score.
No, they did a good job of spying Dale, and they manned up on everybody else and didn't give him a chance to throw it.
Rancocas Valley football is presented in part by APS Supply Company in Beverly. Call them at 609-877-6600 7900 and let them know what you need. Buy quality concrete in Cinnaminson, where your residential concrete needs are their top priority. Phone 856-829-6000. And by Vimco, a manufacturer and distributor of quality construction supplies and accessories. Phone 610-768-0500. Parent Chief Chapels has been part of the greater Mount Holly community for more than 180 years. Community service and participation are both part of their heritage. When you have need of their services, call 609-267-0399 or go to their website at parentchief.com or just visit their offices at 438 High Street in Mount Holly. They are there to help honor the memory of your loved one. Parent Chief Chapels, a proud supporter of the student athletes at Rancocas Valley High School.
So the sack forces a 2nd and 14 for Eastside. The ball marked right at the 31-yard line. Dale back, good protection. Now it breaks down, being chased from behind and just cannot get it away before he's touched from behind. Intended on the play to Dymere Hill.
It's like they attached Ogunsula to Dale and said, all right, this is what you're going to do, young man. You go disrupt him every time he passes the ball. You're on the line, you go get him. You're stacked, you spy. You can run, you can tackle, you disrupt him. Don't give him time to throw.
And the thing is, Sam, it's if they can get the quick passing game going, he has enough time to do that.
Yes,
as you saw there, then he started sprinting out to his right and got caught from behind. But if he's looking downfield and he's holding the ball as long as he is, it's very difficult to do anything against this defense of RV.
And you know, it's human nature. The more pressure you get on him, the more his eyes are down looking for the guys coming at him. He's not sitting back there letting the ball fly, because those wide receivers out there can make plays.
3rd down and 14.
And in fact, timeout.
Timeout on the field. So 11:54 left in this second quarter. There is no score. Well, Shoppy's is even better online. You've probably visited their showroom at 1031 Shore Road in Linwood, but at Shoppy.com. You can select and design your own trophy or award and order it right there. Shoppy's also has a complete line of unique gifts. Remember, you are not presenting the finest trophy unless you're presenting a Shoppy trophy. Phone 609-653-1684 for Shoppy's since 1921. And I would think right here that Eastside does not want to do anything risky because their defense has been playing very well. So if they can just get some yardage and then punt the ball and play defense, I think that would be a good move.
That's right. You just, this is one, a safe play, but a play that potentially can get you some yards. So a quick screen on the outside, some kind of misdirection, unless they found a weak spot down the middle somewhere. But I wouldn't do something that can cause a sack, because I might predict Ogunsula may be on his back in about 2 seconds.
Dale, play action, fires down the left sideline, incomplete. That was Elijah Satchel, who had 2 yards on the defender, which was...
And 2 flags have just been thrown.
Roger Gonzalez.
Well, before we figure out what the flags are, that was out and up, and that was a nicely thrown ball. He threw it to the spot where he's going to be. So he didn't wait that time, and that's why it was almost a potential catch and maybe even a score. Now, the flags.
Waiting for the indication. Unsportsmanlike conduct against both teams, so they will replay the down.
I didn't see that. I didn't see what happened. Well, it should be 3rd down. Oh, they did it on 4th down? Oh.
Don't you replay the down if it's offsetting? But I guess not. In this case. But timeout again on the field. Still no score.
All right.
11:50 left in this first half of play. Well, do you have golf on the brain? There's no better time to golf than right now, and there's no better membership option out there than the Ron Jaworski Golf Eagle Pass membership. Go to ronjaworskigolf.com and learn how you can belong to 7 courses for the price of 1. That's right. 7 courses for the price of 1. This golf membership is an amazing value with great variety that allows playing privileges to individual, family, and corporate memberships at all of Jaworski's award-winning golf courses. So 4th down for the Tigers. They'll be forced to punt the football. Kicking it away will be Gavin Rouse. Back to receive it is Harrison, standing inside the 35. Good snap, gets the kick away. Angling to the left, bounces at the 41, and it's going to be out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38-yard line. So a nice kick by Rouse.
It was a nice kick, and it had a good bounce at the end. The returner always has a job. If you're not going to catch it, make sure your guys are away from it. You just can't sit there and watch and be a spectator. So you got to let those guys know you got to do something on every down, every punt.
Rancocas Valley has the ball back at their 39-yard line. It's been a struggle offensively, actually, for both teams.
The defense are just imposing their wills right now, and the offense are making unforced errors.
Bellamy peels to the left. He gets the toss. They're there to meet him, and he may have gotten a yard or two. But again, pursuit there by the Tigers is exceptional.
You're not going to get outside. I don't know why, unless they're setting something up. You're not going to get outside on Eastside. I mean, they're patient when the play goes away from them. They're attacking. They hunt when the play is coming to them, and they're going to rally to the ball. Now, you can use that to your advantage. You know, you have halfback pass. There's a play action go over top, but just a sweep from side to side. It's only 52 yards, so you're not going to get outside of them.
Bellamy did not get back to the line of scrimmage, lost a couple. So 2nd down and 12. From the 36. Bellamy again. Inside counter. That was Stewart. May have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all to the 41-yard line. Picked up 3. But still 3rd down now and long for the Red Devils.
I really do think, and I hate to belabor this point, but they can use a little play action. They can use a pop pass for the tight end. Even if it's not a pop pass, make it a little deeper, 12, 15 yards. Just get behind these attacking linebackers.
We'll call it 3rd and 8. Here's Harrison throwing to the right side. This one's caught by Carter, but they say no, it hit the turf.
They said he caught it with his knee down or it hit the turf.
Yeah, maybe he did catch it as they're moving the sticks up to the 45-yard line. So they'll be forced to punt again.
They're saying his left knee was down. Okay. Again, this defensive battle continues.
Hill again retreats, waits for it at his 20. Hollander will kick it away from his 32-yard line. A high kick bounces down at the 30-yard line and is going to be touched up. Osterley downs it. They're going to mark it right at the 30-yard line. So a back and forth on the seesaw here.
I'm just thinking, I'm sitting here, I was looking right, punt, left punt, right punt, left punt. But all that means is it's exciting for those of us that love the defensive aspect of football. You see the fit and the jobs and the discipline. But the people that want all the scores, it's lacking a little bit there. The offenses need to Make sure they have all their assignments done and get downfield. I don't know why no one's attacking the middle of the field yet. We had one up and out, out and up.
Almost like a tennis match. Left, right,
right.
left, right.
2 weeks in a row, we've referenced tennis. We're on our way.
Dale fumbles the football briefly, now is able to release along the left sideline for a small advance.
I mean, there's the quick screen I was talking about. You just get it out there fast and let them play. Now, the RV has some quicks too, so they got out there and they rallied to the ball and made a play, but that's a 5-yard gain, with a tackle. If you can get out there and make them miss, heaven knows how many more yards you can get.
Dixon with the reception. Here's Dale throwing to the right sideline, and that one again nearly intercepted, late getting the football to the intended receiver.
If you watch, he leaves the pocket before he necessarily needs to. I mean, I understand they had little problems with protection earlier, but Eastside had it all picked up. There's no reason to run out there. He could have stayed in that pocket at least for a second or two.
Is that McQueen defending? Yes, it was.
There you go.
3rd down and 5. For the Tigers. Over the middle to throw. This one is incomplete. Just could not hang on. Again, the intended receiver was Satchel.
Now they're attacking the hashes, which I call the seam. They're hitting the spots. Both these teams are aggressive. There's hit right behind them. This guy complete the play. It wasn't a bad pass. I've seen them catch those earlier this year.
So Rouse will kick it away from his 20-yard line. Harrison will wait for it at his 26. There's been some pressure on Rouse in this game, but not there. A nice kick again coming up for it is Harrison. Has room to the right side into Eastern Territory. East Territory, I should say, and there is a flag as he moves it inside the 45 to the 44.
It's good return. Good return. Now, it depends who you are. You have your quarterback in the game, you have Savion Adams, and then you can run that, you can cut back and get hit. If you are the quarterback and you are the backup quarterback and, they don't go to the third one, you catch that and you run out of bounds. You avoid the hit. So you got to be smart with your body and what position you're in during this game.
So the ball will be placed down at the 44-yard line of Camden Eastside. Still no score. 8:25 left till halftime. Bellamy gets the call. They have Bellamy right at the line of scrimmage. Might have been able to just stumble forward for a yard. But again, we keep talking about this, Sam. They're trying to take it to the edge, and that's just not going to work.
I mean, if the play is called, you got to run what's called, right? Bellamy's great advantage is his speed. Man, get that ball and go. All right, you have to be able to outrun that defensive end. And, I know he's a NC State commit and all, but I don't think he's faster than you in the 40-yard dash.
2nd down and 10 from the 44 of Camden Eastside. Harrison's going to throw. This one is incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Now, that's interesting because they look like they had some linemen downfield. It looks like they're trying to run a quick slant right there, or I was hoping they were trying to hit the tight end. We'll see. Cam needs to do what they've been doing on this particular play. This particular play only. It's 3rd and long. Their defensive ends don't need to fly up the field because they don't want a screen or something come underneath them. They need to make a good contained rush.
After having an outstanding opening game against Millville, we haven't heard a lot from the tight end, Ricky Doppler. Harrison sprints to his left. Looking to throw, plenty of time. It's complete. This one to Bellamy. He could take it to the house. Inside the 25, along the right sideline, and he will take it to the house. 45 yards
Oh, that's a
on the
flag.
hookup, but it was a short hookup. He did the rest.
That's a flag. He did the slit your throat type thing after he scored. And I don't know what the penalty is for that particular player. But anyway, I've been telling them, use the speed, use the speed, use the speed. Now, this is obviously an unorthodox play. It was a scramble play. He got him to him at the last minute. But this is what he has over Eastside and over everybody he's going to play this year. This is why you stop the cutback and you run the ball. That's exactly what I was talking about. It's a good job.
So Bellamy, the first time we've actually seen that kind of speed utilized on the field this season.
And it was, it was a broken play, but still, it was still valuable and it's still worth it.
Hollander to attempt. Looking to tack on the point after. And it is no good.
I'm assuming they are going to address that penalty on the kickoff.
Nonetheless, 6-0 Rancocas Valley on the 45-yard hookup. Harrison to Bellamy. Well, more than 400 crafters, food vendors, and entertainers will line a mile of downtown Asbury Avenue between 5th Street and 14th Street on October 11th. The Ocean City Fall Block Party will feature entertainers and bands at various spots along the avenue between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. The Ocean City Fall Block Party, October 11th, starting at 9 a.m. Remember, Ocean City is twice as nice in the fall, and we're almost to fall, and this is more like summer than fall, right?
Tony, right. Eastside does not need to be down. They do not need to hang their heads. That was a broken play, and they got the ball through his speed, turning around on the outside. Their defense is still sound. They're still doing the right things. They still flush the quarterback out of the pocket, and they're still making plays. So they need to make sure they're – and then with that missed extra point, all they have to do is make an extra point to get the lead. So their coach needs to get them – make sure they're still in the game. So they are giving the penalty on the kickoff because of the unsportsmanlike.
They'll be kicking it away from their 25-yard line. Dixon and Hill will wait for it. Standing at their 25-yard line, so an opportunity for Camden Eastside to get good field position off the penalty here.
Bookmark number 2. We'll see how that penalty affects this drive. Everything is 15 yards closer.
Hollander coming up for taking it at his 28-yard line along the right sideline. That's Dixon, has room, and he's inside the midfield line. Going to be knocked out of bounds at, see where they're going to mark it, the 40-yard line, 41-yard line, just outside the 40-yard line. So excellent field position. So the combination of the good return and the penalty being marked off, so they kick it off further deeper in their own territory, played out very well for the Tigers.
It does. You have your whole offensive playbook available now. You don't stop anything yet. At some point, they're going to have to run the power. I know it hasn't been successful because the RB's D-line has been penetrating. But you have to come to it, and you might want to trap. If they're going to penetrate like that, you might want to trap and come underneath, or you might want to throw one of those quick outs again because you got 5 yards on it.
Well, that seam route that they threw that last time they had the football, it was incomplete, but still, if they can do that sort of thing, I think they can have success in the air.
Yep, they got to get a score here.
Dale under center. Left side on the give, nothing there. Hold might be called here. The marker is down.
Yeah, it's like both offenses have to do a little bit different planning. RB needs to run straight ahead, and if they're going to be outside, they don't need to cut back. Eastside is having difficulty running up the middle because RB's doing a good job blocking it, and the defensive ends, you got to come up underneath them because they're coming after that quarterback. Bait them in, have a draw, come underneath them, and you'll have some space.
Jair Davis on the carry, but the 10-yard walk-off going to move the football inside the midfield line back into Camden Eastside's own territory. Bring up the first down and 20. tough to overcome these kind of situations, and Coach Lucas said we want to get them behind the sticks. We think we can come up with some turnovers, some interceptions. None as of yet. Again under center. Here's Dale rolling to his left, able to pull free, but again the marker down, and now we might have another marker for pulling the face mask. So let's see if they're offsetting here. Might be a hold and then a face mask.
They're going to have to change their count because RV is coming off the ball and they're just flying in the backfield. They need to change the cadence or run a trap or something that defeats that pressure right there. They're just teeing off.
Let's see. Hold is the call. Personal foul, face mask on Rancocas Valley. We will replay the down. So first down and 20. But I have to tell you something. Michael Beasley is incredible. 6'3", 200-pound sophomore. He's putting up huge numbers from the defensive end.
Yeah, we're going to rename him to Michael Beasley, all right, because what he's doing to them right now is just incredible.
It's been unblockable, really.
It really has.
But it's not just in this game. Got 2 sacks in this game. Coming in, had 4 tackles for loss.
Down remains the same. 1st and 10 Tigers.
All right, this looks like either a quick hitch or some kind of sprint out here. Oh, they changed it.
First down and 20. Trips to the left side. Now they shift, looking over to the side to make sure they're in the right spot. Right side the give. Again, nothing there at all. That was Blackwell. And I guess you just can't stop attempting to run the football because then that just gives the defense and those pass rushers a free rein. They're just going to ignore the running game.
Which would be great when you draw, right? Because you're going to get them and you get a field. They need to spread this field out, all right, and give these players a little bit of room to do what they do. RV is doing a great job of reading the keys and getting to the ball.
So second down and 20.
They're bringing pressure.
Dale will step up but has nowhere to go. And do I really need to mention who made that tackle?
I wonder who it could be. Could it be his 3rd sack today, 2nd sack for the other one? I'm telling you what. All right, so they're bringing, well, if you're unblocked, that's part of it. But there's Beasley, there's Ogunsula, and on the bottom is that Carter on the bottom? I couldn't see.
Sam, here's the thing. Beasley coming in with 15 tackles.
Loss of about 17.
Osteri has 15 tackles. Ogasunda has 14 tackles. Daniel River King has 14 tackles. J.J. Stewart has 14 tackles. Do you think they spread it around as far as tackling is concerned, and that's why they have such a good defense?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they're sound, and they typically don't make a bunch of mistakes. Sometimes good teams will make you make mistakes.
Dale had plenty of time, and this time he's thrown down for a loss again.
That's one of the ones I'm going to have to put on him because it's okay to throw the ball away. You know, it's all right to throw the ball away. Come back another play. We're going back here 1001, 1002, 1003. That's enough to have your three-step drop from the shotgun and throw it.
And Jason making the tackle. But again, they blocked pretty well that time, did the offensive line, and still the same result.
Well, they're relentless on defense right now. They're just coming after them.
Rouse again will attempt to kick it away. Does. He's had some nice punts, calling for the fair catch, but fumbling the football and getting it right back. That was Harrison at the 38-yard line.
We have to look at the roughing the kicker rule. That's the second time someone has run into the kicker. The first time the kicker remained standing, that time his leg was up, and he spun and was knocked down. So if I'm on Eastside's sideline, you'll see right here, he gets the ball off, his leg is up, and he gets spun right there. I'd be throwing a fit. The official and I would have a conversation.
3:26 left till halftime. RV with the football again. This is their first series since they took the lead at 6-0. Harrison up the middle.
That speed looked like Bellamy. Was it Harrison?
I think that was that Bellamy?
Yeah. They definitely have different speed, different running styles. You can almost just look at them run to tell which one's which. They both do a good job inside, just that Harrison is lower and more like a bowling ball.
Pickup of a long 3 close to 4. It's going to bring up a second down and 6. The ball at the 42-yard line. Under 3 minutes left, first half.
So they're both in the backfield now. I wouldn't be surprised about some misdirection.
Harrison again to give to Bellamy. Maybe a yard.
Well, if you're going to do anything at this point, you want to get 1 or 2 first downs to run the clock out, at least go up 6-0.
And they deferred to start this game, so they'll also be receiving the second half kickoff.
Even more, you have 2 possessions in a row. So if they're smart about it, they can really get something.
Timeout on the field. 2:24 left till halftime. 6-0 RV. Well, if you're planning to build a home, make your first step a visit to Halliday Leonard. Halliday Leonard will consult you on your design and assist in the development of your custom home. They build single homes that will fit most any budget, plus condominiums, townhouses, and commercial buildings. Get your ideas together and take them to Halliday Leonard at 700 Haven Avenue in Ocean City, or phone them 609-398-5737. Halliday Leonard will help make your dream home a reality. Rancocas Valley with a 45-yard hookup. Harrison to Bellamy to take a 6-0 lead. The point after was no good. Have the football again at the 43-yard line, their own 43-yard line. Looking at a third down, we'll call it a long 5.
You can't run out here to the wide side, but you can pass. The problem is Eastside's going to react like lightning fast.
Harrison looking to escape as he steps up and bails out of the pocket, but they're there to grab him. And that's going to force a fourth down and a punting situation. Again, timeout on the field. 2:09 left till halftime, 6-0 RV. Well, if you have golf on the brain, there's no better time to golf than right now. And there's no better membership option out there than the Ron Jaworski Golf Eagle Pass membership. Go to ronjaworski.com. Go to ronjaworskigolf.com and learn how you can belong to 7 courses for the price of 1. Yes, you heard me correctly. 7 courses for the price of 1. This golf membership is an amazing value with great variety that allows playing privileges to individual, family, and corporate memberships. All Jaworski's award-winning golf courses are included. What a great deal. Hollander will kick it, and again, back to receive it will be Hill. Hollander will kick it away from his 28-yard line. Hill waits for it right around the 15. Again, the low snap. Of course, earlier,
Yeah, what was that?
they had a problem with the snap getting away from Hollander. On fourth down, Eastside got some great field position, but there is a marker.
Is that a pre-snap penalty? That means, well, I'm not going to guess.
Again, retreating to the sideline. Illegal substitution, was that?
It's the first down for RV. Unbelievable.
That's a first down.
Yeah, that's going to be a first down. You're at somewhere around the 50, and you get this break, and you get the ball in the second half. If RV wants to get some separation in this game, you need to get at least a field goal, if not a touchdown, out of this.
Yeah, Hollander has a very good leg for Rancocas Valley. It's 2 for 3 on the season with a long of 32. They'll mark it at the 48-yard line. First down. Inside counter. Lots of room.
Nice run.
Spilled just short of the 40-yard line.
Is that Young Andre Bird song? Is that what that is?
Andre
That was him, yes. Sophomore.
Gain of 9, second and 1.
Only 5'7" and 155, but as you can just see there, he's really quick.
He is quick and he runs hard. They have a wave of athletes that are very similar.
Advance of 9, now a whistle and a marker.
Oh boy.
Again, the false start going against Rancocas Valley. We've seen a number of those here in the first half.
I mean, Coach Lucas made a point last week, to say that he was disgusted in terms of the amount of penalties and mistakes they made. And he is a detail-oriented coach. And you would expect that they wouldn't have as many.
Well, we can actually describe last week's game against Pleasantville as a penalty festival. Because yes, Rancocas Valley had their share, but Pleasantville, the number of false starts they had and offsides, it was unfortunate.
Yeah. And I think, I'm sure RV is upset. They're happy they won, but they're upset at how they played. I personally think Pleasantville is just a much better team than people are getting credit for. I think those young men are going to be okay this season.
Well, Shoppy's is even better online. You've probably visited their showroom at 1031 Shore Road in Linwood, but at Shoppy.com, you can select and design your own trophy or award and order it right there. Shoppy's also has a complete line of unique gifts. Remember, you are not presenting the finest trophy unless you're presenting a Shoppy trophy. Phone 609-653-1684 for Shoppy's since 1921. Second down coming up for the Red Devils. Ball is marked at the 48-yard line of Camden Eastside. 1:28 left in this first half of play, with Rancocas Valley having a 6-0 lead on that 45-yard hookup. Harrison to Bellamy, most of which came after the catch. Carter in motion to the right side. Is this another false start? They're looking at each other, are the officials. Both have thrown the flag, but so far no indication. They'll have a powwow here.
Are they calling down the defense, the neutral zone?
Haven't seen an indication as of yet.
Yep.
So let's see if that's enough for a first down. It will not be enough for the first down. It's going to bring up a second and less than a yard for RV. Ball marked now at the 43-yard line. Looking to get on the board again before the close of this first half of play.
They're going to need 15, maybe 20 yards to be in field goal range.
Yeah, I was listening to some of the commentators talking about Dallas and their field goal kicker, and they said once Dallas reaches midfield, they're in field goal range. That's the kind of leg he has.
That's something. Good defense.
Stewart with the carry, goes nowhere. Jumping on him was Michael Nathan in the backfield.
He just beat his man off the line and made a play, had his head up, made a play in the backfield.
So it goes from a third and less than a yard to 3rd and 3 now. Moves the ball back just inside, or outside in this case, the 45-yard line of Camden Eastside. See what Coach Lucas dials up here. Quick throw to the right side, incomplete, intended for Carter. Off play action and incomplete.
Yeah, you kind of had a hook, a settling hook. The receiver want to get out there, settle, show the quarterback his numbers, and get a nice quick pass. The QB was throwing it like it was a quick route up the middle.
Hollander again, who's been busy in this first half, will kick it from his 41-yard line, and again, it'll be Dymere Hill waiting for it at the 10-yard line. Just 46 seconds left. Hollander gets the kick away. Again, a good one. See if Hill's going to get near it. He is, and I would think that my broadcasting partner to my left is going to say, not a good idea.
All right, we don't have enough time for me to go over how many things went wrong, all right? But you don't catch the ball inside the 10-yard line in any game at any point. You don't wait until there's 30 seconds left and potentially fumble the ball at your 1 or 2. At this point, you wave your hand, you run the other direction to pull the punt team, the coverage team, away from the ball, hoping that it'll go into the end zone. The one thing you don't do is that.
That's what I was thinking. The ball's going to be marked at the 4-yard line, it appears, versus what it could have been, the 20-yard line, if he just let it go into the end zone. But
and you don't risk turning it over because he got hit as soon as he tried to pick it up because they don't have to have the halo there once it's rolling on the ground like that. That's just dangerous and an issue.
36 seconds left. Let's see if they're just going to take a knee here and run out the clock.
They had their quarterback sneak or something because, yeah.
That's what they're going to run, the quarterback sneak.
Now, RV had 2 timeouts, so they're going to use those 2?
Pickup of a yard, that's about it. Going to put the football down. Yes, they are calling a timeout. Going to put the football down at the 4-yard line.
Timeout, Rancocas.
Rancocas Valley is going to call the timeout here. I mean, it's going to be second down.
Yeah, they don't have enough to keep stopping it, but maybe they're hoping for a mistake or a fumble, or each side should just do the same thing, run the clock out. They don't have anything to be upset about. That one broken play that a speedster scored on them. Other than that, they've been containing RV all day, just like RV's defense has done them.
Yeah, both teams defensively have played very well. Next week, Rancocas Valley will visit Shawnee on Friday. Eastside will host Lenape on Saturday. Second down and 9 for the Tigers, trailing it 6-0. Dale with the give, angling to the left sideline.
A host of Red Devils in on the tackle.
On the carry was Blackwell. I believe Rancocas Valley called another timeout.
Yeah, he had to slow down there to stay in bounds. It wasn't that he made the wrong read or anything. He's just trying to stay in bounds, keep the clock running. RV said, we're just going to put the pressure on you in case you decide to make a mistake. Keep calling timeouts.
23 seconds remaining.
Well, more than 400 crafters, food vendors, and entertainers will line a mile of downtown Asbury Avenue between 5th Street and 14th Street October 11th. The Ocean City Fall Block Party will feature entertainers and bands at various spots along the avenue between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. The Ocean City Fall Block Party, October 11th, starting at 9 a.m. Remember, Ocean City is twice as nice in the fall. So Rancocas Valley is making it difficult on the Tigers to run out the clock here, aren't they?
Yeah, they're calling timeouts as if they can really stop it, but they can't stop it anymore. So after this play, even if it'll be 4th down, the clock will run out before it's time.
So the safe play is just to take a knee. Let's see if they do. They do not. They give off and looking to get to the edge.
No.
He does, but then he's thrown out of bounds, Blackwell, and that will leave some time on the clock.
Blackwell on the carry.
All right, Tony, you're a coach for a day. You go for a punt block here?
Well, they've been close.
I mean, they ran into him twice, so.
And look where Harrison is standing, just outside the 40-yard line, retreats a few steps. So if he can get any kind of a return here and get out of bounds, right, he's going to give Hollander a chance.
You at least, yeah, a traditional punt, you'd have at least one play, maybe two. One, two, three, four, five.
Rouse standing 2 yards in front of the end line. It's a high snap. He does get the kick away. He's done a fine job. A fair catch is called for by Harrison at the 44-yard line. 11.2 seconds remaining in this first half of play.
Bookmark number 3, running out of bounds on third down. There's a few key plays.
So I would think that they're going to do what they need to do to get Hollander in position to kick a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
What that will do, obviously, is give them a better situation with a 9-0 lead rather than 6-0.
Yeah, they're going to have to get out of bounds or spike it, get lined up and spike it. I don't know if they can do all that in 11 seconds.
Carter in motion. The give up the middle is to Bellamy. Bellamy with room has the first down as he's spun down at the 32-yard line.
Now they should be able to spike it because the clock's going to stop, and then, or the run and play if they have one set up. They call 2 plays in huddle.
2.9 seconds remaining.
It's too far for a field goal.
That's enough for a first down, Rancocas.
And now they do spike it. Harrison moves up to the line of scrimmage to take it from center. And Coach Lucas is steaming on the far sideline, talking to the stick holder, something he didn't like.
No, the timer's back there in that corner. He's trying to explain to him how the clock works. It seemed like he had enough time to spike that, but
that's it. That's going to be the end of the first half of play. So we will go to intermission with Rancocas Valley enjoying a 6-0 lead. We'll be back with the second half in a few.
Rancocas Valley football is presented in part by APS Supply Company in Beverly. Call them at 609-877-7900 and let them know what you need. By Quality Concrete in Cinnaminson, where your residential concrete needs are their top priority. Phone 856-829-6000. And by Vimco, a manufacturer and distributor of quality construction supplies and accessories. Phone 610-768-0500. Parent Chief Chapels has been part of the greater Mount Holly community for more than 180 years. Community service and participation are both part of their heritage. When you have need of their services, call 609-267-0399 or go to their website at parentchief.com or just visit their offices at 438 High Street in Mount Holly. They are there to help honor the memory of your loved one. Parent Chief Chapels, a proud supporter of the student athletes at Rancocas Valley High School. Highway Tire and Auto Service stocks a wide selection of tires for your vehicle. Their passenger tire inventory includes favorite brands like Goodyear, Kelly, and Dunlop. But there's more. Highway Tire and Auto Service, family owned and operated for over 60 years, also offers specials on oil changes, alignment, and brake service. Highway Tire and Auto Service, 1661 Route 38 in Mount Holly. Phone them at 609-267-5300 or visit them online at highwaytires.com.
Pride, passion, and persistence. These are the values that drive us all at Ron Jaworski Golf. We strive to deliver outstanding conditions as well as playability for golfers of all ages and abilities. Our championship golf courses offer a variety of challenges, from a link-style walk along the river to an escape into the pines and everything in between. My team at Ron Jaworski Golf is committed to delivering memorable experiences every single day. See all we do at ronjaworskigolf.com.
It is known all over the Delaware Valley. Johnson's Popcorn on the Ocean City Boardwalk, specializing in their delicious caramel corn. You can get Johnson's Popcorn in individual servings all the way up to 3.5-gallon tins. Look for them in your favorite food market or party store. Johnson's Popcorn, 1368 Boardwalk in Ocean City. Phone 1-800-842-2676 and have your popcorn shipped to you. They're also online at johnsonspopcorn.com. Johnson's Popcorn, since 1940.
Whoever you are, whatever you like, there's a place where memories become traditions. So this summer, come on down and enjoy all that's fun at the shore. Plan today and book your vacation in America's greatest family resort. Ocean City, New Jersey. We're less than a tank of gas away.
Rancocas Valley Football is presented in part by APS Supply Company in Beverly. Call them at 609-877-7900 and let them know what you need. By Quality Concrete in Cinnaminson, where your residential concrete needs are their top priority. Phone 856-829-6000. And by Vimco, a manufacturer and distributor of quality construction supplies and accessories. Phone 610-768-0500.
All right, back here at Camden's football field where the home team is trailing. That's Camden Eastside. 6-0. All the offense in the first half amounted to a 45-yard hookup between Harrison and Bellamy. And that's where we are right now. Point after was no good. Catching you up to date on some of the scores from yesterday, lots of big ones. Millville got their first win, 22 over Mainland's 21. Bergen Catholic all over Winslow Township, 41-14. Washington Township knocked off Delsey big time, 40-0. It was Seneca down in Pleasantville, 32-6. Shawnee got by Camden, 21-20. Shawnee will host Rancocas Valley next week. Kingsway, 36. Timber Creek, 21. Woodstown going down to Shalleck, 33-27. Paul VI, a 30-14 winner over Gloucester. Holy Spirit took care of Hamilton, 32-7. Delran blanked Cinnamonson by the count of 35-0. Ocean City a winner over Lenape, 22-0. And St. Augustine taking care of Cherokee by the count of 35-0. They held Cherokee's offense to 63 yards total, and their rushing game was a -1 yard. Coming into that game, they had run the football exceptionally well, but ran into a super defense in that game. And St. Augustine, depending on how this one turns out, could end up being the #1 team in South Jersey. And of course, Washington Township might have something to say about that as well.
Washington Township seems like they're for real this year. Speaking of defense, I mean, both these defenses, you have one play separating these teams, and that's a broken play. So, kudos to both defensive staffs here. They're really lining up and making plays. Offensively, it's amazing. From the beginning of the game till the halftime adjustments, there are no adjustments. RV needs to still go vertical. They either throw it down every now and then. East side just needs to use their athletes. All right, get back to the power. I know they'll only be getting 2 or 3 yards, but you're going to have to run it. Throw the quick screen out to the receivers, all right, and make plays downfield. They had one pass over 20 yards attempted, and it was just dropped. So I don't know why we're not going back to that. But they have options. They have a chance to make plays. Both sides should, at this point, know what they need to do.
Today, number 11, Atlantic City, is at Cedar Creek. See if we can get some updates on that ball game. Of course, Rancocas Valley comes into this game ranked number 1 in the Prime Events Online 25. Winslow Township is second, and Washington Township is third, with St. Augustine fourth. And St. Augustine will take on Winslow next week.
That'll be a good game. I got to see Winslow's last game just to see what's going on there, because you can excuse the IMG, but now we're into the meat of our season. They have to get themselves together and see what they can do.
Well, Bergen Catholic has been the #1 team in all of New Jersey for the last 3 or 4 years, and there are levels of quality and how good you are. There are those national powers like Mater Dei and IMG, they're national powers. Then there are teams in your own state that are kind of elite, especially in North Jersey with those non-public schools that just dominate the state. And then there are teams like Winslow, who is a terrific team, but just couldn't match up with Bergen Catholic. Just too much. So kicking it away will be Gavin Rouse. Bellamy is back to receive it, along with Birdsong.
Offsides.
Bellamy will take it at his 7-yard line. Dancing and dodging, and then he's grabbed and he's going to be thrown down. There might be there is a marker on the play.
Yeah, face mask.
It's like Joaquin Thomas grabbed the face mask, and that's going to give Rancocas Valley excellent field position somewhere around the 45-yard line. If that is, they're going to wave it off. So
At least they talked about it, right?
Yeah.
And then worked it out.
So they picked up the marker. They will mark it right at the 40. Check that, 30-yard line, pardon me. And Rancocas Valley will activate the football, start this second half of play, leading it 6-0.
Sideline warning.
Whistles sound and briefly stop play.
Coach wanted to finish his conversation from the first half. I'm not done yet.
Yeah, he's still steaming, I think.
And another thing.
Harrison, the call right side. It's Bellamy, has room. Bellamy picks up the first down and more. 14-yard advance just short of the 45-yard line. So getting him to the perimeter, and he found some space.
Yeah, he's going to dip inside the last man on the line of scrimmage, and then once he dips inside, he's going to bounce and just use his speed and no cutback, which I've been saying is why he had a great game right there. When you get the ball, knock off the cutback and just run.
At the 44-yard line, RV with the first down. Inside counter again, this to Carter. Carter loses his balance, may have been tripped by a defender for Camden Eastside, but just lost his balance and loses a yard.
Man, well, Turf Monster got him right there. I'll tell you what, they set that play up. He would have had a minimum of first down before he got touched.
Nonetheless, he loses a yard, second down at 11 from the 43. Carter is a transfer from Burlington Township. Up the middle on the give for a couple.
There's nothing wrong with that. Both teams need to do that. You get your couple yards here and there. Oh, plays hurt.
Couple of players down for Camden Eastside. 6-0. Rancocas Valley leads it. Appears it's Amara Dolan who's needing attention. They're coming out to tend to him. While they do, we're going to take this brief pause.
Highway Tire and Auto Service stocks a wide selection of tires for your vehicle. Their passenger tire inventory includes favorite brands like Goodyear, Kelly, and Dunlop. But there's more. Highway Tire and Auto Service, family owned and operated for over 60 years, also offers specials on oil changes, alignment, and brake service. Highway Tire and Auto Service, 1661 Route 38 in Mount Holly. Phone them at 609-267-5300 or visit them online at highwaytires.com. Rancocas Valley football is presented in part by APS Supply Company in Beverly. Call them at 609-877-7900 and let them know what you need. By Quality Concrete in Cinnaminson, where your residential concrete needs are their top priority. Phone 856-829-6000. And by Vimco, a manufacturer and distributor of quality construction supplies and accessories. Phone 610-768-0500.
So delay seems to be okay as he comes to the sideline, a little disappointed.
Third down.
All right.
9 for Rancocas.
Third down and 9 for the Red Devils. From their 45, here's Harrison looking to throw the football. Steps up in the pocket, looking to throw on the run, and this one
That might be
is...
complete.
See what they mark it.
Oh, he marked it. He waved him out of bounds. Part of his body must have been touching the white before he caught the ball.
Again, the intended receiver was Carter. Brings up fourth down.
Good job stepping up, because we told you about the defensive ends, about going upfield. It's hard to see, but the call was he was out of bounds when he caught it.
Hollander again. will be kicking from around his own 30-yard line. Back to receive it, Hill. Got to let it bounce. Got to get away from it. Takes somewhat of a east side bounce. They're going to mark it inside the 20-yard line at the 17.
That's the reason why I make a big deal about the punt return. He can run up, he can catch that. It's hard to tackle someone in space like that. You run in one direction, they're running the other direction. You just ran 34 yards downfield. The special teams might be one of the areas where you can make a score and tie this thing up or take the lead. And you don't want to give those opportunities away. You're just saying, all right, we'll go back to our offense and see if that works.
First possession for the Tigers here in this second half. High snap, but Dale brings it in, throws to the right sideline. It's incomplete. Tended out there for Davon Dixon.
Yeah, every pass, not that it's been a lot, but every pass he's thrown to a spot or it's a timing pass, he had an opportunity to make a play. Right now he's looking at the rush, and he's trying to backpedal and throw it off his back foot, and the ball's sinking into the ground.
Off the incompletion, second down and 10. From the 17-yard line. Tigers trail it 6-0. Dale. Sprint out. Has the receiver, and he just cannot hang on. And we've seen that. Satchel being involved in some pass plays. The first one, he had 2 yards on the defender, just overthrown, but then one over the middle. He couldn't handle him there again, unable to haul it in.
This player down. Yeah, I mean, they're getting creative on what they're trying to do. Like, all right, we can't stay in the pocket. And that's him, actually. Can't stay in the pocket, so they try to sprint out and get it to Satchel the way they can.
So they come out to attend to him, and want to talk to you about Ron Jaworski giving you golf on the brain. No, it's not a mental disorder. It's the best time to golf.
Some say it is.
No better membership option out there than Ron Jaworski's Golf Eagle Pass membership. Go to ronjaworskigolf.com and learn how you can belong to 7 courses for the price of 1. Yes, you heard me correctly. 7 courses for the price of 1. This golf membership is an amazing value with great variety that allows playing privileges to individual, family, and corporate memberships at all of Jaworski's award-winning golf courses. Satchel is a North Carolina State commit, and he is the heart and soul of the defense. Right there, though, he's been involved in some offense as well here, Sam.
Yeah, I mean, he's a all-around athlete, and he's trying to get himself in position to make plays, and I see the coaching staff's getting creative. They're spreading out now. They're doing other things. I wouldn't be surprised, not necessarily trick way, but you sprint out and you throw back the other way because both these defenses are pursuing so well. You got to use that against them because right now you line up and play football, they're going to come hit you in the mouth. I'm talking both sides, both teams. But you got to make a big play. The only big play made today was on a broken play with a speed throw on the outside.
Taking a look at the prime events on line 25. Rancocas Valley, as we mentioned, number 1 as Satchel comes off the field, showing a little limp as he does so. Winslow Township number 2, Washington Township number 3, St. Augustine number 4, and Glassboro is number 5. And Atlantic City, by the way, is number 6. And Glassboro, they have a whole bunch of talent on that team.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of brothers. Their name escapes me.
3rd and 10 for the Tigers.
But they're really talented, the whole family. So, getting back to football, it's 3rd down and 10 from the 17 for the Tigers. Coaches are pointing something out and flags fly. Don't know if this is going against the Red Devils. Let's see.
It's false start. Looks like it's on the east side.
And it is.
That just makes this so much more difficult to get. Now you have to worry about field position when you punt it.
Exactly.
It just changes everything.
3rd and 15 for Dale. No chance at all. Dale is grabbed before he can even turn around at the 5-yard line. He had no shot whatsoever there. It was a jailbreak.
It was, and that's why they need to change the count, because RV's just lining up, blowing through their defensive linemen, and getting right there. I mean, we used to call bad blocks Olay blocks, you know, like you got a cave and the Bulls is running through. It wasn't even Olay. It was just a sprint. Untouched right to the quarterback. I mean, you got to change the count. You have many opportunities to stop a team that's rushing hard like that. Don't even call play, because your team will jump. No play timeout.
And as good as Beasley has been, his mates on that defense are also very, very talented and also have had a number of tackles. Rouse with a high snap, able to get it away. Bounces down 30-yard line, gets a Tiger roll, but still at the 43-yard line of Camden Eastside is where Rancocas Valley will go to work.
Just for the record, I have no complaints about that punt returner. He did what he's supposed to do.
Okay.
In case anybody's
You
wondering.
ever think about starting a punt return school? I mean, that would be something that people would attend, right?
I mean, yeah, but the problem is it's very simple rules. It'll be a punt return school about 7 minutes.
You know, the Manning brothers have their passing school in the
Right.
summertime.
Well, you know, I got other bits of information too. I'll share it throughout the season.
Carter, Bellamy,
Good run.
straight up the gut, inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. Nice forward lean there by Bellamy, who's not the biggest, but that's what you want to see from your running backs. They get hit down low, especially on that run, and gain maybe a couple more yards.
Yeah, he does a good job with that. Always has, and he consistently does.
Pickup of 4, 2nd down and 6. 8:22 left, 3rd quarter.
Uh-oh, Doppler's outside. Are we going to get a slant here?
Harrison going to break the tackle. We should say the pocket, throws to the right side, and there's Doppler, who Sam identified, and he had a great first game against Millville, but has been kind of quiet the last game, but here coming back with a big play along the right sideline.
I mean, he makes plays when you're throwing the ball. It's a good job by a young man taking over position. He hasn't played on the varsity level and keeping his head and delivering the ball downfield. I mean, that's a good play for someone who's played quarterback for years. Especially good play for Harrison there. He did a great job with that.
Well, he was the JV quarterback last year for RV, so not someone who doesn't know how to play the position, but he's filling such big shoes here. This time, Bellamy has no shot.
Yeah, by the looks of that, how the defender came down and crashed on the ball carrier, that's a called play. It's not a read. It looks like it's a read where the quarterback has a chance to pull it, but the fact that, I'm not sure who it was, but came down, made a quick tackle on him, and he still handed the ball off. It's just a called play that looks like a read, or it's a bad read.
Timeout on the field with 7:12 left in this 3rd quarter. RV continues to lead it 6-0. There is an injured player on the field, and they're going to come out and tend to him. Might be a cramp the way they're attending to his leg. We'll see. If you're planning to build a home, make your first step a visit to Halliday Leonard. Halliday Leonard will consult you on your design and assist the development of your custom home. They build single homes that will fit most any budget, condominiums, townhomes, and commercial buildings. Get your ideas together and take them to Halliday Leonard at 700 Haven Avenue in Ocean City, or phone them 609-398-5737. Halliday Leonard will help make your dream home a reality. 6-0. RV with the lead. Another opportunity here as they're in the red zone off that completion to Doppler.
Got a quick score update for you. In the second quarter, Cedar Creek is over Atlantic City 24-14.
Right here, 6-0. RV on top.
Go
ahead.
I'm sorry to say, it's only second down, so they have an opportunity to still work to the score. They don't have to try and jump in the end zone now. They've had success with straight ahead dives, ISOs, whatever you want to call it, and misdirection because they slipped down one time. I will come back to that.
Ball at the 18 is Harrison redirecting Carter to move to the right side. Now back the other way. The toss is to Carter, looking to get to the edge. Cuts back, makes a nice move there, and he's inside the 10-yard line at the 9-yard line. So this time did not try to take it to the perimeter entirely. Saw that that wasn't a good idea. Cut it back upfield and had room.
That was a no-go for quarter one and quarter two. You have a couple injuries. You get to quarter three. Now these players are starting to open up a little bit. Linemen get an idea who they should hold on to. They might have an opportunity.
3rd down and 3. From the 9. Harrison sprints to the right, throws on the run, and this one is caught by Bellamy just short of the goal line. Going to mark it around the 4-yard line, so they pick up the first down, and now we'll have a 1st and goal.
Yeah, that was the ultimate goal of that play. I mean, everybody's saying, every play is a touchdown, but you want to get the first down. Now you're inside the 10 or 5 or wherever they are. Now you can just work your dives and maybe a naked boot coming back the other way.
Approaching 5:40 left in the 3rd. RV looking to extend their lead on top 6-0. Again, Carter to give up the middle to the goal line. Stop short about the 1-foot line.
Yeah, absolutely. He took a big hit to the ribs. If you watch this play, he went inside, made a move. He did a good job running. Now look, he does a good job running. Watch right about the hair. Crack. This good tackle right there. That's what stops him from getting in the end zone.
2nd and goal, Rancocas.
Is that Bellamy on the call?
That was
Gary?
Bellamy, yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, yeah.
He's had a good game.
He certainly has, because I like those 3 and 4 yarders. That's what impresses me.
Under center, the call again. Bellamy to the goal line, and he is in for the touchdown from a foot out.
All right, going for 2 or 1 here. We have to see, because they missed that PAT earlier. They don't need to go for 2. Watch the line surge. That's really what makes the play. All you see is white jerseys. He just tucks himself up behind them. All right, looks like they're going for 1.
Sam, I think as the season has gone on, and we're only in game number 3, but you can see the improvement in Bellamy, the way he runs, because he was having some trouble, especially between the tackles early on, but seems to have really improved that area of his game.
Yeah, he's just getting better and better. I mean, I think, he always stuck his head in there. He's just now churning his legs more and just doing better and better and better. He's done a great job.
Here's Harrison going to take it himself. Dials for the pylon, and he is in.
That's a big score right there. Not even so much a touchdown, but those 2 points make it 14-0. So Eastside has a lot of work to do. Take the lead, specifically to try and get on the board.
Well, if you have golf on the brain, then this is for you. There's no better time to golf than right now. And there's no better membership option out there than the Ron Jaworski Golf Eagle Pass membership. Go to ronjaworskigolf.com and learn how you can belong to 7 courses for the price of 1. No doubt. 7 courses for the price of 1. This golf membership is an amazing value with great variety that allows playing privileges to individual, family, and corporate members at all of Jaworski's award-winning golf courses.
Cedar Creek has extended their lead over Atlantic City. Cedar Creek 31, Atlantic City still 14. I'm looking at the body language here. RV, the momentum, the score, they're doing a little bit more chirping, a little bit more rah-rah stuff. I'm kind of surprised at Eastside, who, again, these are my favorite players to coach over a decades-long coaching career. I'm ready for them to get back into it.
Hollander will kick it. Short kick. Taken right about the 30-yard line. See where they're going to mark it. Check that, pardon me, the 21-yard line. And that's where the Tigers will go to work. Trailing it now 14-0. 4:43 left in the third.
So Eastside's going to find that once they open it up, because they're going to say we need to score, a little faster than what we initially thought, it's going to be working for them. That's what they need to do.
Of course, really the key to this offense of the Tigers is that offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
They've had their struggles against this defensive RV. They've had no answer for that defense, the line especially.
Defense lines is just fantastic today. False start.
Seemed like the snap was slow in getting off, and so everyone else was moving before the snap.
Illegal procedure.
That's going to cost the Tigers 5 yards.
And that just breaks your back, because that's make the odds of this being successful now at 1st and 15 is so much less than 1st and 10.
Well, that was one of the keys to winning this game. Coach Lucas said we want to keep them behind the sticks. They haven't gotten an interception. They were close a couple of times. Haven't gotten one, but 1st and 15, not only 1st and 15, but deep in their own territory at the 16-yard line for the Tigers. Dale steps up. He's grabbed, and he's going to be swarmed under.
I don't know, between Beasley and Ogunsola, they're trying to set a sack record for their school, apparently. I would like to see Eastside snap the ball, count 1, 2, and throw it. Or change the cadence.
It's 2nd down. Ball is at the 11-yard line. They need the 32 to pick up a first. Second and 21. It's been a struggle for this offense. Trips to the right side for the Tigers. The give left side has some room as he crosses the 15 to the 16, maybe the 17. But that's about as big a hole as we've seen that offensive line produce in the ground game.
And that was just RV running by him, because they're so ready to come after the quarterback. They just forgot about the run. He got by him. It's almost like a draw action, even though it wasn't a draw.
3rd and 14. More markers. This one is all against,
right?
yeah.
Side against Rancocas.
See, you got him. That's what I was talking about earlier with the momentum. RB's ready to go. It's like, oh, coach, I can get him. That's all you have to do. You get one more of those, no play timeout right here. That's 3rd and 5. Then you have a chance to get the first down.
3rd and 9.
Use everything everything you can use to get the first.
Move it up to the 21-yard line. need the 32.
Long huddle call.
They're down and 9. Rouse splitting far out to the right. Again, the high snap. Throwing on the run and completing for the first down. Preston Brown with the reception. Got that ball off just in time.
Didn't he? They were coming after him, and he's rolling to his off throwing shoulder, turned his shoulders around and got it delivered. Picking up the tempo here, no huddle. This is good. They're trying to change something, trying to change things up.
Those are the kind of passes they can do before the rush gets to them.
Yep.
Again, Dale, no shot.
You don't want to throw interceptions. You don't want to throw the ball up, but you got to throw the ball at some point. There are 3, that last play, there are 3 defensive linemen in his face before he took 3 steps.
Chris Santiago with the hit.
A loss of about 8, second and 18.
Second down and 18. The ball moved back inside the 25. Nose of the football just about on the 25. It's really difficult to either be tackled for a loss, have a sack like that, and pick up the first down and continue the drive, as you said, Sam. It's really tough. Dale throws over the middle. Again, the completion spinning for good yardage across the 35 to the 36-yard line. The completion to Blackwell.
Now they're doing it. They're using their playbook, all right? They're throwing a little screen in the middle. Now they're getting creative. This is what I'm saying. All right, come back to a little slip screen on the outside, quick screen. You get a full sweep reverse. You use all that aggression against them. You got to get creative here.
Under a minute left in the third. 14-0. RV with the lead. Third down and 6 for the Tigers from the 36. Dale fires to the left sideline, incomplete. Just couldn't hook up. Good throw.
I mean, I feel comfortable saying good throw, good route, good coverage. Just wasn't able to pull it in. I mean, that's there's a lot of good on that play.
Hill, the intended receiver. Rouse again will be kicking, and coming on to receive it is Harrison.
If they kick it.
4th down and 6.
Tigers are in punt formation.
It's a 2-score advantage for RV. So,
And they're meaning Eastside. Their defense is getting a little tired.
again, the kick gets a good roll.
Did it hit
There's a
him?
marker.
Pick it up.
Coaches, Sam, are saying, yeah, that's our ball.
That's what I was going to say. Eastside is saying it hit the Rancocas Valley player. I don't think they're going to get that, but what's the call here?
They're talking it over, are the officials. Want to get this right because this could be a huge play in this ball game.
Yeah. Eastside saying it's our ball at the 35. Nope.
They do not agree with our observations.
So as you see the ball come down, right there. Oh, you guess it got out of the way.
On the kick of holding against Rancocas.
If only there was a
Still Rancocas'
player deep to let him know to get out of the way.
Nonetheless, the ball is moved back inside the 25-yard line to the 24, so big difference in field position as Rancocas Valley has 14 seconds left in this third quarter, leading at 14-0. Harrison up the middle. Here's Bellamy with a juke step across the 40 to the 42-yard line. So Bellamy having some daylight in this game like we haven't seen thus far this season.
It's just they're getting worn down, And one of the things that's the hallmark of what I've seen with this Garrett Lucas coach team is they make mistakes like everybody else, but they're just, it's just a force that just keeps coming and coming and coming, and they're just going to keep going until they have that one opportunity to wear you down. I mean, the depth for Eastside is not great. The initial front line talent is fantastic, but RV can just keep going and going and going because they have a much larger team and people to fill in. Remember, they're playing with a backup quarterback, and he was a JV quarterback last year, and that's not saying anything bad about him because they had a star quarterback for at least 3 years. So being a backup quarterback or a JV quarterback is not a slight, but at the same time, it's not Xavier Adams. So they're doing a good job as a team and team football as they can do. Now, Eastside needs to make a play.
So we go to the fourth with Rancocas Valley up 14-0. With the football at their own 41-yard line.
So I was trying to say before Bellamy decided to make a big run that there might be some more holes now in the defense that weren't there earlier.
First down. More flags.
Procedure call again? Yep.
We'll start against Rancocas Valley, and I've just got a strange feeling that Coach Lucas is going to be working on one particular thing this coming week.
Well, our illustrious leader, Tom Williams, said a new quarterback, no matter how much you try, comes with a new cadence. And sometimes that might throw, if you're used to one guy for, years and however long, that might throw you off a bit. So that may have something to do with this.
But it is the second half.
They should know by now. I was just trying to give a little.
There's the inside counter. On the carry was Birdsong, the sophomore. Picks up a yard. Looked like he picked up more, but it was a slow developing play. That's all he got.
Good job of following the blocking. That's the thing. Can you be patient like that enough to know that one more block here is going to spring that? Some people want to take it to the house each time, and then they destroy the design of the play. So that was a good, patient run.
Actually, he picked up 6 because they had been penalized.
Mm-hmm.
So, very good run. Harrison's going to keep it himself. Nice gain across the 45 to the 47-yard line.
And it's just, inevitable. If you have the line that's not injured and you have the same defense out there at some point, unless they keep applying pressure, you're going to wear out. You're going to wear down. You don't have the depth. So look at the sideline for Rancocas Valley. Look at the sideline for Eastside. Not a lot of players.
3rd and 4. From the 48 of Eastside. Blackwell in motion, but the give is to Bellamy. Bellamy has lots of room with a first down and more to the 25-yard line.
You gotta like the either individual or team conditioning here, because this is just as fast, if not faster, than the first half. I mean, it's really just running. Ball's high and tight. It looks like he's learned his lesson. And he's just a danger to take it each time.
Pickup of 14 yards for Bellamy, who's having his best game of the season. Right side, they give to Stewart. He's more of a pounder.
He reminds me of Ingram. He used to be with the Saints, came from Alabama. He's just low and strong and consistent and reliable. You know what's going to happen when you give him the ball.
Gets it again off the right side. A marker down. This one could be a holding call against Rancocas Valley. We're going to have to see.
Yeah, they changed it up. They went no huddle that time and lined back up and did it again, which if you're winning by 14, you think you want to take all the time you can, but I guess they didn't want them to sub.
It is the hold against Rancocas Valley, and the Stewart-Bellamy combination is good because they're so different in their style of running.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. We can see just how they run, who's carrying. You don't have to see the numbers at all. Very few people are fast as Bellamy in there, but Stewart is a serviceable back that will keep you in the game.
He's not going to try to avoid you. He's going to look to run over you. There's Harrison fumbling the football, but they say no, he was down right around the 35-yard line before the ball came loose.
Yeah, whether he was down or not, they called him down. That was the last thing I was going to mention. Eastside is known for causing turnovers. They had a bunch of interceptions, even one's called back. All right, hat on a hat. Let's see if he's actually down. Yeah, his shoulder was down.
Harrison a little hobbled with that right ankle, but seems to be okay. The ball is going to be set down at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, hand it off to one of your backs.
McQueen split far out to the right side. He's been quiet in this game, the 6'3 junior. Bellamy again. Spinning inside the 35 to the 31.
Again, that was a nice patient carry for this time in the game, for what you want to accomplish, for the time you want to take off the clock. You can bounce and try and do all a bunch of stuff, but again, just like the other, Richard, he tucked himself up in there, got the yards that were there.
Fourth down play coming up for the Red Devils. 4th down and 8.
Too far to kick.
So an opportunity for Camden Eastside to give their offense another shot. Harrison to the left side looking to throw on the run. This one is caught.
Now, did you see, this is how you protect the sprint out. They had everybody and the mother over there protecting the quarterback on the sprint out. They had both backs, linemen getting out there. That's how you protect the sprint out. Give him a chance to turn his shoulders and throw it.
And we just mentioned that McQueen has been quiet. Well, no longer quiet with that reception for the first down.
If you're ever going to throw it to Doppler, now's the time. If not, run the ball, try and run the clock out.
Bellamy
Oh, there. Just
to the left side. This one to Blackwell, who finds room up the middle. So they're really starting to get this ground game going here, Sam. I mean, not that they haven't had it going the rest of the game, but as you said, it looks like they're starting to impose their will.
Yeah, that was the counter again. It's Young Bird song. They are having exchange issues. That's the second time the ball's been on his hip. Sometimes it's the quarterback, sometimes it's the back. You have to make sure you stay on track to get the ball. Even if you see the hole, guys with good vision, they can see the hole. I'm going to go there, but you have to get the ball first. Then you make your cut and go.
14-0. RV with the lead and on the move. Shoppy's is even better online. You've probably visited their showroom at 1031 Shore Road in Linwood, but at Shoppy.com. You can select and design your own trophy or award and order it right there. Shoppy's also has a complete line of unique gifts. Remember, you're not presenting the finest trophy unless you're presenting a Shoppy trophy. Phone 609-653-1684 for Shoppy's since 1921. I remember them when they first opened up.
That's funny. It's that's funny. I'm looking at the school, and I'm thinking they're almost like the polar opposite in terms of how RV is a regional school and it pulls from 5 districts. Camden has 3 different high schools just in this city alone. And that has, watered down the talent pool for each of the schools. I mean, they have mastered the 3rd school now, and it's tough for them to fill these huge teams like they used to.
Bellamy again with room. Accelerating, cuts to his right. He's going to be in for the touchdown.
Well, don't sleep on the fact that he broke 2 different tackles on this, all right? The only negative would be that he let the ball get away from his body, but watch how he gets here. He reads this pull block. He said, oh, don't get behind the big boy. Breaks his tackle right here, keeps his balance. He extends the ball for some reason. And then he gets back up and gets into the end zone. Good run. Camden's just worn down right now. I mean, Camden Eastside is just worn down right now.
20-0 now. Hollander will look for the extra point. And it is good.
Extra point is good.
21-0. Rancocas Valley extending. We'll be back in just a moment.
Rancocas Valley football is presented in part by APS Supply Company in Beverly. Call them at 609-877-7900 and let them know what you need. By Quality Concrete in Cinnaminson, where your residential concrete needs are their top priority. Phone 856-829-6000. And by Vimco, a manufacturer and distributor of quality construction supplies and accessories. Phone 610-768-0500.
So Rancocas Valley now with a 3-score advantage, leading it 21-0. And as Sam mentioned, it appeared that defense is getting worn down. It is a warm day in addition to the offensive line pounding for 3 quarters, now in the 4th quarter on this defensive line. So difficult for them to come back to stop first RV. You got to get a stop before you can make a comeback. Now they have the football, or will get the football, but now down 21-0.
It's a shame because they like to throw deep, let their athletes do things in space, but with the pass rush, I'm sure they're going to say we didn't have an opportunity. I mean, even out of shotgun, even out of two steps to hit it, they're just not having an opportunity to even get these plays run the way they're designed.
Dixon and Hill back to receive it, a low kick. This one is taken by Hill.
Much better.
Check that, by Dixon, pardon me, and he's knocked down at 25-yard line. So the Tigers with another shot, sure they'd like to get on the board.
Yeah. That point where we pointed out the momentum change, that was it when it was 14. When it was 14-0. Really a lot of head hanging and a lot of jubilation, I'll say, on the other sideline. They didn't quit. I'm not saying they quit. I'm just saying that looking at the body language.
But they have another chance here to get on the board at their own 26-yard line. Dale has been the quarterback throughout. With the snap, being rushed, stepping up, but there's nowhere to go. One thing about the defense of Rancocas Valley is that when Dale looks to step up, he steps up into a crowd of RV defenders.
Well, you have the 2 defensive ends, okay, coming around, Michael Beastly, which I changed his name, and David Ogunsola. So they're closing the pocket in from the outside. Who's really doing a good job are the defensive tackles who are not opening up lanes for the quarterback to escape. Because you can escape the ends that rush fast all day long. But if you look in the middle of the play, those guys should get helmet stickers for this. They really kept the pocket condensed and gave him nowhere to go.
A loss of 9 yards. Throw over the middle. This one is complete. Dixon with the reception, and again, that catch throw. That's what they really have to do because of the fact that they have given no time for Dale to throw the football.
And, again, we outlined the things they could do. But you got to play with what you got. And I think they've been really creative trying to make plays. So it's certainly not for lack of effort.
3rd down and 9. Dale again gets that pressure. Going to take it himself. Nowhere to run along the left sideline. Is pushed out of bounds and then hit out of bounds. And they're going to draw the personal
I
foul.
want to see this because if he was hit out of bounds, there should be a flag. But if he was hit in bounds and tackled and rolled out, that's a whole nother thing. So if he's hit late, it should be a penalty. But if he's not,
They're talking it over. The officials are.
it's hard because the East Side players are in the way. I couldn't see where Ogunsolo first made contact. And if he was already out, then it should be a penalty.
But that is the call, a personal foul against RV. That's going to cost him 15 yards. 2 officials threw the flag on that play.
So you have the big argument. Oh, my player was hustling. He's doing the right thing. He's trying to make a play. How can you be mad at that? Then you look at the time of the game, the score of the game. You have to know that you're not doing the same thing when it's 0-0 in the first quarter that you're doing in the fourth quarter with 5 minutes left, 21-0. You let that one go.
Nonetheless, at the 47-yard line, the Tigers with possession. In a good spot, deep along the left sideline. The throw is complete. Making the reception, Hill.
Why did it take this long to do this? I mean, it's the same rush. Those are quicker. It's hard for any person at any level to stop a perfectly thrown ball like that, even though the safety came up and made a great play. That's what I was expecting to see in the first half of this game.
Ball marked at the 28-yard line. Biggest play of the game for the Tigers. Now here stepping up is Dale with the marker down. He's chased out of bounds, but not before a nice gain. They did try one of those plays earlier, Sam, you remember, to Elijah Satchel, but it was overthrown. But he was wide open in the same type of a play.
Yep. And the point was, it was just not timed right, or he dropped it or whatever, but the point is it's there. I just don't know. I'm saying minimum of 1 a quarter you should have at least if you're a team with the athletes that they got.
5-yard walk-off against the Tigers.
Brings the ball back out to the 30.
Maybe, I don't know what the call was, maybe not a line or a false start or something.
31-yard line.
Now the ball moved back 5 yards. They'll move it back to the 31-yard line. 1st down and 15.
15 for the Tigers.
Raheem Blackwell in the ball game. At the running back position, Dale makes the decision quickly to escape the pocket along the right sideline. He's got the 1st down. Close to it. See, he's making quick decisions now.
Yes. I think he slid before the 1st down marker. Hold on. From my evil eyes over here from 73 yards away, in the crown of the field,
12-yard line.
the sun's over there. 6 inches short. Oh, got the 1st.
Yeah.
All right.
Stick says 1st, so.
But yeah, that's the thing. It's quicker. You got to throw quicker. You got to move quicker. And this is what I'm saying. You got to hit it quicker. And, you know, the coaches know that. I'm not saying anything new here, but the players are doing it. So whatever changes they made, they got to the point where they need to just open up and go.
Slot formation to the left side. Ball marked at the 26-yard line. Dale, real good protection
Got the
there.
protection.
Throws over the middle. It one's complete to the goal line and not quite in. Making the reception on that play was Pitts. Tion Pitts.
And you just don't have better protection because you have better protection. You got better protection because RB's getting a little tired. Now you're having them line back up. Momentum has changed.
Dale on the sneak.
They haven't marked him in yet.
He's in
Okay.
for the touchdown.
That's what I thought this game was going to be, back and forth like that.
(21-6).
They get lined up for this quarterback sneak quickly. That's pretty good. Initially, it was stopped. And then moved the power forward and certainly crossed the line, yeah.
And as you know, Sam, having played this on a high level, that when you are able to get rid of the football quickly, especially if you're throwing passes, it kind of frustrates those defensive linemen because they can't get to the
Right.
quarterback.
Right. I'm thinking this, if you take a look at this game again, look back earlier on, of course the D-backs weren't giving up the deep ball. They were playing deep. They were playing, soft shell. But you still throw it just to loosen them up. Now, he was holding the ball too long earlier, and the pass rush was just outstanding. So it gives some credit to the defense where it belongs. But now that they figured out that they can just spread it out and tire the D-line out, you might have an opportunity to make a couple scores.
Dale
Gotta throw it. You gotta throw it.
looking to get rid of it. This play was broken right from the very beginning. As you saw, Dale, after he took the snap, he was
Yeah.
fumbling the football, juggling it, and that's really going to kill any play. But nonetheless, they get on the board, as we said. They now trail at 21-6. We'll have the kickoff right after this.
Rancocas Valley, 21.
Parent Chief Chapels has been part of the greater Mount Holly community for more than 180 years. Community service and participation are both part of their heritage. When you have need of their services, call 609-267-0399 or go to their website at parentchief.com or just visit their offices at 438 High Street in Mount Holly. They are there to help honor the memory of your loved one. Parent Chief Chapels, a proud supporter of the student athletes at Rancocas Valley High School.
So the Tigers get their first score of this ball game. Do not cash in on the two-point conversion, but they now trail at 21-6, 3:35 left. So I think that it took them a while, but they kind of found the formula to get something done on offense.
And what does that mean? You tell your team, look, all right, we worked around some issues. We were able to do some things. Now we know we can adapt. We just have to do it earlier. This change should have happened in the second quarter at the latest, and then you go from there. So it's a positive in terms of, yes, we can score on them if we go doing what we need to do.
Rouse with a kick. Bellamy lets it get past him, picks it up at the 15-yard line, and he's just going to take a knee right there. So explain to me what that was. As to what is the thinking in doing that?
The coach just said just go down when you get it so that there's no fumble on the kickoff return. Because you could have big hits, and you hit one guy, you're like, I'm good. And another guy comes flying in from the other side, his helmet's on the ball, and it pops out. You avoid all that. He's not we've seen 3 games now, and every game the ball's been out a little bit in his hand. So, you know what? Eliminate the errors, and this will start fresh.
Then, of course, also there is the option to, if you do get some nice yardage on the return, just give yourself up at that point. So you got some yardage, and then give yourself up. But
it's the blind shot that you don't see.
Yeah.
So you see all this green in front of you, and you're like, all right. And then my man comes from the other side where you're not looking. The ball's popped up 20 yards in the air.
Carter on the carry, loss of a yard. So with 3:15 left, the likelihood is they're going to keep it on the ground.
And Eastside only has 2 timeouts. They would use it if this is a relatively successful defensive play, meaning 3rd and 5 or more after this. So they might sprint out this way or toss this way.
Powering run right up the middle.
Yep, and there's your timeout.
Tigers call a timeout that leaves them with
About 4 in the last play.
one.
After the timeout, it'll be
Going to bring up a third
and
and a long 7. Well, more than 400 crafters, food vendors, and entertainers will line a mile of downtown Asbury Avenue between 5th Street and 14th Street on October 11th. Mark your calendars. The Ocean City Fall Block Party will feature entertainers and bands at various spots along the avenue between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. The Ocean City Fall Block Party, October 11th, starting at 9 a.m. Remember, Ocean City, twice as nice in the fall. 3rd down and 7 for Rancocas Valley. Harrison, I believe, handing off to Bellamy.
Let's see what this call is.
There is a marker. Was Bellamy on the carry?
Holding, they're going to decline it. Fourth down. That didn't go as planned. At some point, any team that's going to have aspirations on
penalty on the play decline.
getting to the championship, you got to be able to run the clock out.
Rancocas will be in punt formation.
2:29 left
Remaining in the game.
in this football game. Timeout again.
Tigers 6. Rancocas
On the
Valley
field, did the Tigers call that timeout?
Oh, I don't know. I thought Rancocas did.
Okay.
You know, get the punt protection together. You don't want to block, punt, cheap touchdown here. If I was Eastside, I'd be sending every skilled player I had in there to try and block the punt. Get a cheap one.
So they're just about set to get this 4th down play underway. 21-6. The Rev Devils with the lead. Back again to receive this is Dymere Hill. Hollander's going to kick it from right around his 5-yard line. So East could get some good field position as Hill's going to pick it up and spins, looking to protect himself.
to the 42-yard line, but the Tigers will take over.
Daniel Rivers King in there for the hit.
Okay. So now Eastside has to. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'm growing, Tony, right before your eyes. They need to get back to what they did last time, and they need to put a little hurry up on it. Nothing has the passes don't have to be bombs. Just nice short ones, make one person miss, and you're gone. I think there's a player down.
I think there was. Yeah, the ball's moved back to the 30-yard line. But Camden Eastside does have the football, and now another timeout called on the field.
It was an injury.
Don't forget, coming up next week, it'll be Rancocas Valley traveling to Shawnee. Shawnee with a victory over Camden last night. Of course, Rancocas Valley and Shawnee, Cherokee and Shawnee, those are staples of South Jersey football.
And you just see how they keep rebuilding. You know, some people say reload, whatever, all that kind of stuff. But there has to be something in the culture there. Like, let's say Eastside, for example. They have recent championships, not so long ago championships. They have something to look back on. Rancocas Valley is building their culture inside and outside the school. You can see they make the typical high school boy mistakes in football, but they are sticking together, and the mistakes are getting less and less each game.
And you say about the schools being 3 schools in Camden. And when I think about Camden itself, the high school, I mean, they were a Group 4 school a while ago. Now they're Group 2.
Yeah, it's Eastside, Camden, Mastery. I mean, it's great that the kids have choices and places to go and all these updates. And this is like this facility. I know we're at Eastside game, but this Camden facility is fantastic.
Pickup of 3, second down and 7. Empty backfield with a double slot. Low snap. Dale able to pick it up, but really has very little shot as he's collected.
Good sportsmanship right there. Someone needs to highlight that. They did a great job. He fumbled the ball, got hit, guy fell on him, all that kind of good stuff. And what did he do? Help the guy up. That's the sportsmanship. That's why I said these are the most enjoyable kids I've ever coached in my entire life.
There is an injured player down for Camden Eastside. But when you take a look at this game, Sam, I mean, Camden Eastside played very well. I mean, sure, they had their problems running the football and even passing it at times, but their defense really played, I think, very well. Late in this game, they got a little bit tired.
We got tired, yeah.
And RV was able to run the football on them, but when you look at that first half, there was really one big play, that 45-yard connection, Harrison and Bellamy, and it was a short pass, kind of a outlet pass, and then he took it the distance.
It's a good night. They could have easily been 0-0 at halftime. And then in the second half, I will say I think RV made some good adjustments. Obviously, Eastside made some great adjustments because they were able to go down and score. But RV made the adjustments that are not just about scoring, but also about wearing down the defense. And it's going to get easier and easier as you go, as they're unable to make those plays.
Dyer Harrell is the injured player. They're attending to him right now. And, of course, when you take a look at RV, they did it without their all-everything quarterback, Savion Adams, who's got a sprained knee and he's week to week, according to Coach Lucas. But while you can say, well, that's a bad thing, it is a bad thing, but it could have been a lot worse because they were talking about an ACL or an MCL or something along those lines and a season-ending injury. In this case, he'll be back.
Yeah, I'm going to get back to that in a second. I think it's actually a good thing, not for him, but for the team.
Dale with plenty of time.
Holding.
Stepping up, looking to still throw the football as he's almost hitting the deck.
So what I mean when I say a good thing, you have a player, your star player that's out. So you gotta replace him. You're gonna replace him with another good player. So that means someone else new gets to play. And you're gonna discover, I have a talent, I have someone here that can do something you may not have known before. You're gonna have the other guys on the team step up. Now only one or two things happen when you have a star player hurt. Everybody else steps up, they make it easier for the replacement, and the team does a good job. Or everybody tries too hard, tries to do more than their job, and it becomes a disaster. We can see here that was not what happened.
I think, Sam, it's more of a psychological thing that RV is discovering, hey, Adams is out. He runs the show on offense, and yet here we are winning this ball game with Harrison, who's done a fine job. So if something like that happens again, psychologically, they said, it's okay. We've done it before. We can do it again.
Yep, and then they can maybe be more balanced, at least offensively, knowing that Savion doesn't have to do everything. You know, they certainly have a receiver that we saw a couple weeks ago make some great plays. They have multiple running backs. I count at least 3 of them that played well today. Home run hitters. So, in the end, when he does come back, however many games they win or lose, they're going to be better off as a team later in the season than they would have been if he just carried them on his shoulders.
3rd and 9 from the 30. 1:38 left. Dale again, but he's tripped in the backfield. Coming across was that man again, David Oglesole. I tell you, those two defensive ends, they are impressive.
Oh my goodness, they're just flying around. I saw them make a few moves. I saw a bull rush where you go straight at the offensive lineman, you kind of run them over. I saw a couple of rip moves, maybe a spin in there. I mean, and they're built totally different. Just both bills are hard to block.
4th and 12. Again, the low snap, and Dale's going to have no shot.
I think RV. Oh no, they got. Yeah.
So to add insult to injury, having difficulty blocking those defensive ends and even the defensive tackles, and then 2 straight errant snaps, which makes it even more difficult. So Dale has hung in there the entire game. He's started to find something the last time they had the football, getting rid of it quickly, even running well, but right there, not much of a chance. With 59.2 seconds left, Rancocas Valley will take over, and the likelihood is they're just going to look to run out the clock and get on the bus back to RV with a victory.
I mean, if you're going to look at somebody who's on the team that today they're not going to win, but they've won a couple games before now, Dale has just done it. I mean, he's had no time to throw. He's had, we saw the snaps, all kind of stuff going on, but he remains positive. He remained a good sport. And I think things like that in these days, and it should be pointed out. I mean, we see the superstars and doing other kind of things, but how do people handle loss? Like still a young man. They're still respectful. Do you respect the game? And I would say yes, for not only Dale, but this whole East Side team and organization.
Another need by Harrison. It's probably the last play of this football game, but it's also a measuring stick, Sam. You're playing against an RV team that is pretty good, ranked number 1 in South Jersey. So it lets you know, okay, we learned from this game. We played a pretty good game against RV. We were right in there with 6-0 at halftime. And we got on the board. We found something to whereby we can work on coming up with the quick passing, the quick decisions that gave us success. And so they have nothing to hang their head on. They played a very good game against a very good team, even without Savian Adams.
Yeah, they went blow for blow, throughout the whole first half. And you had a crazy play here, crazy play there, and then just fatigue, and then just fatigue set in. But I guess it wasn't lack of effort, it wasn't lack of sportsmanship, and it was something that you can build on, like you said.
So once again, the final score, 21-6. Rancocas Valley moves to 3-0, and Camden Eastside 2 up and 1 down. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this.
Rancocas Valley football is presented in part by APS Supply Company in Beverly. Call them at 609-877-7900 and let them know what you need. By Quality Concrete in Cinnaminson, where your residential concrete needs are their top priority. Phone 856-829-6000. And by Vimco, a manufacturer and distributor of quality construction supplies and accessories. Phone 610-768-0500. Highway Tire and Auto Service stocks a wide selection of tires for your vehicle. Their passenger tire inventory includes favorite brands like Goodyear, Kelly, and Dunlop. But there's more. Highway Tire and Auto Service, family owned and operated for over 60 years, also offers specials on oil changes, alignment, and brake service. Highway Tire and Auto Service, 1661 Route 38 in Mount Holly. Phone them at 609-267-5300 or visit them online at highwaytires.com.
So back here at Camden's home field, where Camden Eastside plays some of their games as well. The final score 21-6, and it all started with a 45-yard hookup. Harrison to Bellamy. It was really a pass of about 3 or 4 yards, and Bellamy did the rest. Bellamy also a 1-yard touchdown run. 13-yard TD as well. Had a big game, and Dale scored late on a 1-yard run. Point after was no good, and final score was 21-6. So they proved here without their multi-dimensional quarterback, the guy that is the engine that makes the offense go, that they have a pretty good backup engine right here. Harrison throwing the football pretty well, running the football, but mostly running the offense. Did they have a lot of illegal procedures, false starts? They did. But they still were able to win the football game, and late were able to use their offensive line very well against that defense of Camden Eastside, wore them down, and then they were able to run the football more effectively. But I think on the other side, you got to say that Camden Eastside played very, very well defensively against this high-powered offense, and accorded themselves very well against a very good team.
I mean, at the risk of channeling my inner Bo Schembechler, no one's important. No one man's more important than the team. But RV showed that today. It's kind of a machine. That's what we noticed the other day. I mean, they're going to find a way to do it, but it's not going to be as flashy right away until they utilize their speed and their awesome defensive players. They're going to find a way to do it. And they're not going to mistake themselves into a loss. They're not going to do that. They're going to make mistakes, but they're not going to mistake themselves into a loss. Eastside, I got to tell you, they were blow for blow with this school. And for lack of a play here or play there, who knows how the third quarter would have been and how this game would have ended. So they did a good job of giving their stars the ball where they needed to get it. But they just could not handle the rush for whatever reason, whether it be player scheme, whatever, who knows. But the point is they didn't handle it the way they wanted to. But to their credit, they figured out a way to get around it. They figured out a way to sustain a drive, and they put a score on the board, and I'm sure they wish they would have done that a little bit earlier, and who knows what the game would have been like. Some crazy plays here and there. RV had some bad snaps. Eastside definitely had some bad snaps, but neither team has any reason to hang their heads, and RV is definitely looking like the number one team week in and week out.
So once again, the final score, 21-6. Rancocas Valley moves to 3-0. Next week, they will be on the road at Shawnee. Eastside will be hosting Lenape on Saturday. So, for our tremendous production team, the producer being Sean Kelly, Dave Roberts, the videographer, my broadcasting partner, the fantastic Sam Jenkins, we really, really hope you enjoyed this game, and will continue to watch our live streams all season long. Next week we will be at Shawnee, and love Coach Gashu. He's an original. He's been there a long, long time, and always good talking to him before the game, because he always gives you such great insight into what he's going to try to do against this Rancocas Valley club.
I just really enjoyed not only this game and this these teams, our shelter from the elements in here. So hopefully we'll have the same next week. As I'd like to watch Cashew from a distance rather than in the stands, but we'll see what happens.
Have to give a big shout out to athletic director Willie Hickson Jr., who you know very well, Sam, but he was really tremendous in getting us settled here in the press box. He also sent over some great details on some of the players that we told you about, and we really appreciate his hospitality and his help in getting us into the press box and providing us with all the information that we need to do this game. So a shout out to Willie Hickson Jr. Once again, final score 21-6. RV moves to 3-0. For Sam Jenkins, this is Tony Blum. So long for now.